I'm Cynthia James, and this network is about changing lives one woman at a time. We are changing the world one woman at a time. We are changing our communities one woman at a time. We are bringing our gifts and our talents to this planet in order to remind everyone that they deserve to be loved, held, seen, and supported. I have the honor of introducing to you women that inspire me, that are change makers on this planet, and I bring them to you so that you can see possibility, that they get to share with you who they are and how they got there, and that everything is possible. So, my guest today is Betsy Abrams. She is the founder of Five Wellbeing Studio and Spa. And I think I forgot a word, but she'll tell me what that is. And I've known her for many years. I was in a class when she described what she wanted, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. And today I am a witness to what came from a vision into form, because she wanted it so badly and she knew she was called. And so she's had more than 20 years in management in the food industry and has done a whole lot of things in life. She's a single mom, and she is created a place that I go to for my healing and my transformation and my support. So Betsy, welcome.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm really good. You look beautiful, and I love the angel behind you.
Thank you. Yes, there's a story with that angel. I'll tell you sometime.
Okay. So, Betsy, I interviewed you a number of years ago when Five Wellbeing was just starting.
Right.
And I want to talk about when I first heard about Five Wellbeing, that was not Five Wellbeing. You stood up in a class that I was in, and you spoke about a vision of having this place where people could come for healing and to be supported. And you said it was like a spa, but you didn't have any money. You didn't know how to start a spa. And look at you now. Let's talk about the movement from that moment to this one.
Right. Well, first I want to clarify. It wasn't a class you were in; it was a class you were teaching.
Oh, okay.
I remember. And so I was going through a really tough time, and I was looking for some help for myself. And so I went into these some of the classes with Cynthia at Mile High Church. My husband was sick. He was on his way to transitioning. And I remember just having this huge sense that something needed to come forward. And all I remember is I said, I need a place. I need a place. I need a place. I need a place. And the vision was healing, health, well-being, wellness. I don't know, fill in the blank, wasn't sure. And I just kind of put it out there. And as time went on and I became a widow and a single mom, I just decided, if not now, when am I going to do my thing? You know, why wait to be another 10 years to find what's important to me?
Yeah. Well, and I walked with you through this journey, and I remember us sitting in a room together and you saying, okay, I found this building.
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's perfect. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it, but I found this building. And so what I want you to talk about is how along this journey, there were moments of decisions without extraordinary clarity on what was next.
Yeah. So the journey was extremely, it was really out of my character. I think anybody's character, to buy a building before you actually know what you're going to put in it. But I knew that there was something special about it. And along the way, I mean, many times I would go, why am I doing this? I could just sell this building and move on and do something else. And then I'd be like, what? But that wasn't an option, it didn't seem. And I think the reason is because, you know, once I seeded that idea and I put it out into the universe, it just like the universe just supported me. Before I'd give up, somebody would show up and they would go, I can help you. And then another month or two would go by and then somebody else would show up. And I called them in at many levels. Some of them I literally went online and looked for a consultant. But I think for the most part, when you listen to the things that are showing up, whether it's a small thing like a neighbor that offered to help me with paperwork because I am not good with paperwork. I mean, she's like, I want to help you. And I'm like, great, you know. And so there was just little things I kept saying yes to as I went along. And it did, I mean, I will say it took me 3 years to put my spa together. I was, you know, a new widow and a new single mom. And so there was part of that process going on kind of simultaneously with me creating. So it's become that, and that's what it's been. I mean, creating is my thing, you know.
And you're incredible at it. And
Yeah, thank you.
so I want to talk about a couple of things. I want to talk about asking for help, and I want to talk about investing in yourself, because I watched you go to conferences and places before the spa was coming together, because you wanted to explore what you needed for. So let's talk about asking for help, and then let's talk about you investing in what you needed to do to create the vision.
Yeah. So, you know, asking for help is never an easy thing, in particular for women. You know, that's not a secret. But I was really in a situation where I needed help just for my everyday work, my everyday life. And so I became used to, you know, reaching out for help. I've always been a person about self-care, and self-care isn't just getting my nails done or my hair or my massage. It's doing, you know, emotional work with a therapist or a coach. It's doing energy work, it's doing different things to support me so I can get to the next level. So saying yes became easier to the people that would come into my life because I was nurturing myself along the way. And it's an ongoing process, as you know. You know, and as far as, what was the second question?
You know, going to the places and investing in the places to help you grow.
Yes. So, you know, being a professional back in the food industry, that was what you did. You know, you went to trade shows, you did different things. I just knew that there had to be some kind of a trade show for the spa industry. So I found a trade show and an organization, went to their event in Las Vegas at the time, and just learned. And I went through and I asked questions, and, you know, I just started to cultivate some really unique ideas, because I didn't want to just bring the same old thing to my spa. I wanted to elevate it. I wanted to bring something unique and interesting that that would be timeless, because, you know, some of the things that we have in the spa are things that are so helpful and so nurturing to the body and to the soul that it's timeless, that will always be timeless. You know, a massage, we do them. That's awesome. And we do great ones, but we take it to the next level in some cases. So it's been really fun for me.
Yeah, it's incredible. So in our entrepreneur program, you know, up until this year when we had to go virtual, you know, we would end our Saturdays with self-care, and we would go to Betsy's spa.
Yeah.
And the women, bar none, would say, I've not felt like this. Oh my gosh, I feel so rejuvenated. I feel so supported. I feel so nurtured. And I want to share with you that excellence is one of your values. It's really clear, I mean, in the way in which everything operates. And when Jean and I were creating our conference, you know, we said we want it to be a thing of excellence. We want to invest in the things that are going to make people feel special and stuff. So, you know, a lot of times people, when they're starting businesses or when they're stepping out, they will not want to invest in the level of excellence
Yes.
that will bring in the people they want. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's important to, obviously watch your financials, but, and trust me, I made a lot of mistakes. So anybody out there that doesn't think that mistakes are valuable, I've learned that they really are valuable. And the mistakes, or I don't want to talk about the mistakes, but I want to talk about how investing in things like a good brand. And honestly, nowadays, it's not that hard to invest in a brand color, a logo. There's all kinds of ways, lots of inexpensive ways, actually, that you can find somebody to do, start your logo. And then once you have, it's kind of like when you decorate a room. I don't know if you've ever heard this, but like sometimes all you do is you start with a really cool lamp. And then around the lamp is where you start to develop the look and the feel. So that's kind of what we did. We picked colors, we picked a logo, and then all of a sudden, all the other pieces started to come together. And then it's really easy because all you do is you go, okay, we got orange, we got gray, we're going to do this, and it's clean. All of our stuff is really clean looking. And people are starting to recognize the brand as being something fresh, something they can count on. And, changing your font even is tricky. You don't want to do things like that. You really want to have a consistency and invest in it in the best way you can. I don't recommend changing things often. I mean, it's better to invest some time up front and some money and really do those things thoroughly to start. And then it's actually pretty easy after you do that.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I would call it pick the lamp theory, and invest in a really nice lamp.
Right. I love that.
Right.
So, I want to talk about, one of the things we share on this show is about the things that challenge women. And so I want to have you talk about the challenge for women to speak their truth, stand for what they believe in, and accept no less. What have you had to learn there?
So, wanting everyone to like me, wanting to be the nice person, wanting all my employees to feel so loved and cared for. I'm kind of like the Mother Earth of that kind of process, that kind of way of being. And I learned along the way that if I don't set some boundaries with people, they will continue to push and push and push. And then when you're in a position where it's no longer working for you, then you got to bring it up. Then you have to deal with it. And that involved things like letting people go, firing people that I thought I'd never fire, asking, people to step down when I never thought I would do something like that. And telling people no. I mean, now I'm like really good at it. 3 years later, I mean, I've always said owning your own business is like getting 25 master's degrees. It's honest to God, no joke. And I think it's worth it. I wouldn't change it for the world because I've learned so much. I feel so incredibly blessed and encouraged and empowered by the experience that I would never change it.
Yeah, well, me too. Me
Yeah.
too. I feel like it's been a gift. I want to talk about, here we've been in this pandemic. It's affected everyone. It's affected everyone's business. What's the one big learning that you've had through this process?
Well, I think the biggest learning is that whenever there's uncertainty, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater because you just never know what's going to what's going to become of that. And when we got shut down, being a high touch business, we were shut down for 2.5 months. And when we came back, we decided that, again, going back to those standards, like we were not going to open until we were ready with the standards that we wanted so that our customers, when they came back, they would know. And that's been amazing. I mean, we've had over 275 new customers because of our COVID standards, I believe. I don't, I could be wrong. But I think that the thing that I've learned beyond, doing things the right way, like we always have, but continuing to do that, is COVID has taught me to be a better business person. So I'm no longer like looking at things as a building. I have to say, I'm not looking at building my business right now. I'm in survival. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, I gotta do what's best for the business to keep it healthy. And I did things like I had to close our yoga studio. We had a really beautiful yoga program. It wasn't bringing in money. It was costing the business a lot of money. I had to close that, and that was not easy. But you have to do things in order to focus on the health of the business. And making difficult decisions is just part of it. And you just get used to it.
Yeah, and you've done an incredible job, and to feel safe when you're going to go to some place where you're going to be nurtured is important, and so safety has been there. So before I ask my last question of you, I would like for you to tell people where to find you.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, I want you all to know that you don't have to be in Denver. She has an amazing online store. So tell us how to find you online.
So our website is Five Wellbeing, spelled out FIVEWELLBEING.com. And we are in downtown Littleton, and we offer multiple ways to participate across the country. We just started doing virtual facial parties that you can gather lots of people on a Zoom call, similar to what we're doing here. And we run you through a really fun facial. So we're actually becoming a little bit more national as a result. So, and if you're in downtown Littleton or in the Colorado, Denver area, please come down and visit us, and we'll put a really nurturing package together for you.
I just like to say guaranteed she will put together a fabulous package. I mean, it's like my monthly go to Five Wellbeing, my thing. So the last question I ask is the same question of every guest. I would like for you to, what do you want women to know? What do you want women to know about their awakening?
Well, I think the learning for me was don't wait. If not now, when, again, is my mantra. If not now, when are you going to do that one thing that you said you would do? And there is no time like now. And I think that is, there's fear, there's doubt, there's criticism from others. Like, how are you going to do that? Listen to your heart, listen to your soul, and this is it. Buy the building, whatever that is. It doesn't have to be a building, but buy the building, buy the book, buy the whatever that is. It's going to get you started. Do it and start.
Oh, Betsy, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I'm so grateful for you, and I'm so grateful to be a witness to your extraordinary growth.
Thank you. It has been amazing.
So everyone, thank you for being here. We put up new content every week, so come back and meet extraordinary women. Know that you are magnificent. You are a change maker yourself. You are powerful. You are dynamic. There is no one else like you who's come on this planet at this time to do things only the way you can do it. I'm so grateful to be with you. I'm so grateful to have had this experience and to share another fabulous woman. Have a great time, and we'll see you soon.